Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Make sure everything's coming through all right. Double checking everything. I think I have everything squared away. I could be wrong. You guys will let me know. Of course you will, because you guys are good like that. But good morning. I've been wanting to work on this project for a couple of weeks now and just haven't gotten there. And well, here we are. I would like to try to create something of a schedule for artwork, but no better time than now to start. I wasn't planning to start on this particular day, but here we are. And I just thought, let's seize the day. No pun intended if you see the whatever it's called. It's morning. Like it's 10 o'clock and I feel a little sleepy, but that's okay. Excuse me. That's okay. Got the morning phlegm and everything. But I'm live over on Kick and I see Steven TV Gaming over there. Hello. And Troubled Greens Library Morning and the Creative Blue Collar Guy. Let me know if the music's too loud. I try to keep it pretty chill. But hey, it's King's Advisor, and good afternoon to Juliet. Hello, hello. So a while ago, I'm not going to play the clip because it's morning and we don't need to get freaked out or whatever like that. But some of you might be familiar with the artwork that I did a while ago, and I made a little video out of it of Nomi and I playing Chained together. And we've been having so much fun gaming over on Kick. And I thought it would be really fun to make some more artwork of some of the funnier things that happen whilst we are streaming. And I probably will play this clip later on, but if you haven't seen it, I do have a video on the channel for it. But yeah, that's me and then Nomi falling to her potential doom while we were playing Chained together. And we've been having good morning. Yes, it is a fun video. Eldritch, good morning. I'm working and can't stay, but I wanted to say hello. Have a great, thank you so much. Have a fun day at work. As they say, don't do whatever you like whatever you do. I hope it's a wonderful day at work for you. There you go. Throw in the elixir and the paintbrushes, the special emojis for members. It's time to get started. Anyway, so that being said, Nomi and I have been playing Sea of Thieves, and Joe, the real Joe Rosie, has been joining us. And it's nothing. It's but it's important. It's important though. We were playing the other day, and so the story goes. I've kind of got a little bit of an idea going on here. So let me explain. Let me get my pointer. Let me explain. I got to get the right brush. I did a recording session with some other artists last night. I'm just going to give you a little tidbit, a little snippet into what we were doing. We were following a Bob Ross tutorial, like, as it went with digital art, and things got crazy. And that video is set to release on my new art channel in the upcoming future. If you haven't subscribed to my new art channel, it is in the description box down below. Art with Dreaming Tabitha. It's where I'm putting all of my pre-recorded videos. There's already several videos up there of different art challenges, but yeah, last night was crazy, and we may or may not have been proud of what we created, and we may have lost faith in Bob Ross just a little bit. Demonjanae, welcome. Good morning. Good day. So in this picture, this was just the rough draft. So let me make sure you guys can see. Nope, cancel. Make sure that we can see what it is that I'm trying to do here. Okay, we got it? Yeah, okay, cool. So the other day when Joe and Nomi and I were playing, we were just started. So the premise of Sea of Thieves is you start off on this island. If you don't know, you start off on this island, and then you gather equipment together to then go and get on the ship and start setting sail. So we were doing that. We were gathering equipment and stuff like that. Nomi and I are walking around the island, and next thing we know, we get to the dock, and off in the distance, Joe took the ship. She took the ship. The real Joe Rosie stole the ship and just decided to set sail all on her own, on her little lonesome, and thought that that would be okay. And it weren't. Fantastic Sarcastic over on Kick says, can I watch this at work or is it rated R? I'll see myself out. Yeah. Hey, Retro Collective, good morning. Staccato DDS, good morning. So anyway, so Joe takes the ship and she's setting sail off into the horizon. And so Nomi and I, like, I think we jump in the water or whatever and swim after her. I forget exactly what happened, but we ended back up on the ship. And I was mad at Joe, and I thought it best to teach her a lesson because for whatever reason, they decided to make me captain. They just decided to make me captain. So I was like, well, okay. My first order of business as captain is going to be to teach this crewmate a lesson. So Nomi and I get back on the ship. I don't know why, but somehow Nomi fell off of the ship and started screaming because she was in the water, right? So this right here is Nomi, okay? Clumsily falls off the ship into the water, screaming for us to turn around. And you know what Joe's doing while she stole our ship? She's over here dancing and playing music, right? Like nobody's watching. And then I decide to sneak downstairs. I'm going to rework this, but I snuck downstairs, grabbed me a potion bottle bomb of fire, and I decided to set the ship on fire. That would be me here. And then I jumped overboard. And it took a little while, and Joe's like, wait a minute. Or no, Nomi announced that the ship was on fire. And Joe's like, what? The ship's on fire? How did the ship get on fire? What's happening? What is happening? And she starts to panic. And I was like, that's right. That's what you get for stealing our ship. Now you have to deal with the consequences thereof. I'm a harsh taskmaster. Don't be stealing our ship and thinking it's okay and you could just get away with it. So anyway, that is what I'm going to try to capture in this, as I did with this image here, where just a really fun picture. I have a captain vibe. Well, I like to get things done. But yeah. Did the ship sink? So that's a funny story as it is too. Let me get this started. I'm trying to figure out how to get. What? Nomi's texting me. Oh no, Nomi's like, you're sailing without me? No. All right. So, I have another reference. So why Nomi's texting me? Because she's like, you're sailing without me? I'm like, no. So this morning I went into the game to grab a picture of the boat to try to get get an idea of perspective and everything like that. I might change things up a little bit. I'm going to try to simplify. I'm trying to try to simplify things, but I'm going to use this as kind of a reference. And let's see. I think that would be good. So we're going to do that. And I'll tell you the rest of the story in here in just a second. Just going to lower the opacity. And yes, I am going to kind of stencil and or trace a wee bit. But I'm learning. I'm learning. So Joe's going to be at the front dancing. And good morning, Terra Crystal. Hope you're doing well. All right. Let me grab some water. Have y'all not outfitted your boat yet? No. We have not. Kings, we're just trying to learn how to get around, avoid people and or attack people as necessary. If you would watch our streams, we are still on the struggle bus of, or at least some of us are, on the struggle bus of managing the ship. So making it fancy at this point. Although I do have my eye on a set of the cannons that I want. It's just that I don't have the supplies necessary to purchase those cannons. I want the bunnies. And while that sounds cute, there's a reason I want the bunnies. The bunny cannons. Okay. That might sound girly and frivolous and cute. It's not. Okay. If you've seen Monty Python's In Search of the Holy Grail, then you understand. You understand that this is a powerful sign of fear. That's why I went the bunny cannons. And King's Advisor says that's okay. Jay and Jen are still learning, and it's been like a year and a half. I love watching you guys play. Like, it's like the highlight of my evening when I see that the crew is sailing. So, I have been trying to learn. I guess I'll just try to do this in a type of brown. Let's find a medium brown here. We're just going to outline things. Well, hang on. I need to be on a new layer, Tabitha. Pay attention. By the way, this is what my character looks like. That's right. Fear and awe. Come at me. But anyway, all right, here we go. Let's get started. I'm trying to learn how to do, like I said, I'm gonna try to simplify this a little bit and maybe change the perspective so that I have a little more wiggle room so that you can see the characters in the distance. But I'm trying to learn how to do skyline, cityscapes and skylines and things like that. And let's see, well, let's just get the floor first. Here we go. And then it kind of wraps around and then comes this way. Because it doesn't need to be complicated. It's nice. This is Tabitha. If you guys know anything about Tabitha, you're like... Interesting. Hey, Logical Spark says, morning, I decided to go here because you didn't see my X comment live in chat. You know, I don't understand. I don't see the comments from X over here. I was on Valiant Renegade's stream last night, and he had that. I don't know why I don't get to witness that. Am I doing something wrong? I wonder if the devs would add a rope mechanic, kind of like a hog tie lasso and grapple hook. My character looks boring. Hey, it's Tommy. Afternoon. I'm doing well. And it's Shmoo. Shmoo to DJ. Good to see you. Yeah. The X check is a little... Yeah. You know, the thing was, I kind of stopped going live on X for a little bit because, let's see. I stopped going live on X for a wee bit because of the fact that, it kind of like, I wasn't able to like interact with the chat. The chat wasn't able to interact with me, and it seemed like it kind of dismissed YouTube. And so, yeah, by the way, I'm still learning. So if you're out there and you're like, you shouldn't do it this way, look, still learning. Okay, here we go. We're still learning. I wonder if I should do those separately. No, we'll just go to stick. We know that that does belong here. Okay. But, yeah, we're just going to get ourselves a wee bit of a grasp on what it is we're doing. Maybe I should just do everything in kind of brown. But no, I really enjoy the Sea of Thieves game a lot more than I thought that I would. I could actually, it's made me really happy because it's one of the first games in a long time that I could get, like I said, I could get lost in. Like, I could dedicate hours of a time to this game. And Kings, it's addicting, and I love that. I mean, I both love and I hate it because obviously there's things that I need to be doing, but I love it because I haven't experienced a game like that since Dragon Age Inquisition or Skyrim. Like, that's pretty sad because those games are over a decade old. So it's been like, and that's what my hopes and dreams were for Dragon Age Veilguard. Like, I've been waiting for this game, and I've shared my piece about all of that, but I've been waiting for this game. Mass Effect 2, you're right, Kings. You're right. That's my holy trinity of games. Mass Effect, Skyrim, and Dragon Age. And those are the games, like, I know that I can always go to and not be bored. I know that I can always go back and have fun with it because there's always something different that happens. I haven't. The Nintendo Switch 2, is that what they decided to call it? Just like the Switch 2? They didn't decide to go with Super Switch or whatever some of the ideas were? Is that over on the Twitter? I'm sure it's around somewhere. By the way, if you did... Oh, here. Literally. Epic Mike to the rescue. Super Switch is still a better name. Missed opportunity. Introducing the Nintendo Switch 2. That is kind of lazy, in my humblest opinion. Switch 2. That would have been like the Xbox 2. You know? Let's see. How fancy is this looking? I mean, is it really just a recreation of the other thing with a few changes? Like, oh, instead of having the button here, we decided to put the button over here. Isn't that a fabulous idea? Oh, look at the kickstand. I will admit the kickstand is a lot better than the previous one. But so far, nothing... Yeah. Oh, hey, let's just change the color and slightly increase the size of the little handled joystick thingies. And we're going to add a touch of color. Aren't we just brilliant? Aren't we just amazing engineers? Nobody could have accomplished this amazing feat. Yes, my. Let's just reverse the colors. Coat everything in black and add a slight bit of blue and red. Brilliant. Only Nintendo could do that, by the way. All right. I mean, bigger screen is always nice. It's funny how we kind of go around in circles, right? So it's like we want smaller things with bigger things, you know, kind of like our phones. We wanted pocket-sized phones, but then we decided to get bigger phones, and then essentially we had tablets, which are basically tiny TVs, large phones. This Nintendo Switch 2. I'm gonna like Epic Mike's comment here because it's a stupid name. The Switch 2. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't necessarily looking forward to it because I don't care. Nintendo just, yeah, look. Oh, look, it's a wee bit smaller, or excuse me, a wee bit bigger, coated in black. Yay. Can you sense my excitement? Back to work, looking forward to MegaCon. Maybe you'll get to meet me. Maybe Fantastic Sarcastic, but let me see. I mean, what did I miss? Yeah, Super Switch, something more creative than 2. That would have been like having the 2 towers and just been the Fellowship of the Ring 2. You know, I've never tried Baldur's Gate. And I haven't done that. I've heard a lot about it, but I've never looked into it. They didn't go with your name idea. If we ever do an art stream like you did with X-Wing, Normandy is 100% what we're painting. The Normandy. Okay, Kings, do we follow each other on are your DMs on Twitter open? We should talk. Krista has already done a video on the name this morning. I bet she did. She's very passionate about Nintendo. I can't wait for Maria's stream later tonight. Yeah, Maria's wonderful. She does great artwork. They also seemingly tease Mario Kart 9 in the reveal trailer. The OLED model has a pretty good screen already, so I'm happy they stuck with it. Yeah. Switch Horizon. Exactly, X-Wing. I agree with X-Wing. I think they should have gone with Creepio's name is the Switch Horizon. I assume that was his name. I only ever heard him talking about Dreaming Tablet. Please don't. Good morning, Jabba the Whoop. It's more minimalism stuff, but I will say in the case it does kind of work, at least better. Yeah. I mean, you can't get too crazy with a handheld device. It's gotta... The thing is, it's funny. We wanted all these things that could fit in our pocket, but now we basically need to go back to the 90s and make bigger pockets. You know, they're starting to do that now. I've noticed that here in Florida. A lot of our Central American and South American friends that come up this way, they're dressing the way that a lot of people did back in the early 2000s, late 90s, with the fitted cargo pants with the wider legs, with the big pockets. So they must be preparing for the Switch too. That must be the reason why the fashion has come back around. Definitely taking my Switch to Orlando. Oh, the switchback. It's kind of cool, but it's not really going back, right? I guess it's not really, it's a cool name, but it doesn't really go back. It's not going backwards, right? It's going forwards. So there was the PS1, the PS2, the PS3, easy, Xbox, the Xbox 360, Xbox. Yeah. This is a good thing, because I hate having to buy new games of the games I already have. What I really want from Nintendo is to have the Wind Waker opened up. Like, please? You had an absolute blast? Good. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with everything. I think I may have missed some really important things, because you all are important, of course. Oh my goodness! Staccato DDS, I didn't see this. Gifted 20 memberships. You guys all have the availability to get the funny emojis and throw them in the chat, especially when we start doing the book streams. You guys may have seen on Twitter and on the community tab, I finished Carl. I'm very happy with him. I'm happy with how he turned out, but I'm not exactly happy that he doesn't quite fit with my other characters. I think the colors are too bold, but I love him, and I can't wait to do more Carl. Guys, okay, by the way, Staccato DDS. Thank you so much. That's amazing. You're all amazing. Welcome to the Dreamers, for sure. Right, that's right. Thank you so much. Yeah, look at everybody's I wish I could see them. The book, the splat, the paintbrush, the book. Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I have never played Twilight Princess. I promised my followers over on Kick that I would, I promised them, I've never finished a Zelda game. I'm going to, and I got Tears of the Kingdom, and I loved it, and I never finished it. Oh, okay. I want to make sure I didn't miss it. It's Stunning and Brave Megatron with paintbrush. The elixir, the book, the oh no, and the nervous. That's right. So, because I'm always nervous when I do these things. But thank you. Oh, over here on Kick, yeah, the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Yeah, I love the Wind Waker. Never finished it. That was my inspiration for my art challenge that I did with Maria on my other art channel. Paradoxical Penguin says salutations. That's ironic. Why daughter name will be Zelda? That's ironic. Why daughter name will be Zelda? Zelda games do take forever to finish. Hey, Rizkit, they do. But that's why we love them. I mean, that's why I love a game that keeps me interested and that is long. So, here, hang on, let's see. So we've kind of got the gist of the ship out here. I did, like you see, I kind of adjusted over here to make a little bit of extra room. I'm not sure where I will put Nomi, but I want to have that. So I probably need to back this up a wee bit. I need to import this. I don't need to. I would like to import this picture that I found, which is AI generated, which I don't care about, but trying to see my keyboard, but I like the color scheme, so I'm just gonna borrow the colors and see. Man, I wish that I could just like airdrop from my computer straight to, but it's okay. I am super thankful that I have a million screens so that I can do this. All right, wait, I can't. How's everybody doing today? I was actually going to share with you something that I read in my Bible the other day. Just something encouraging that never dawned on me before. And this is something that I love about the Bible, is that you could read it a million times and there's still going to always be something, because God understands that we can't handle all of the information all at one time. We have to grow. We have to grow in knowledge. It's just like children. Like, God's really understanding about how we just can't take everything in at once. Let's see if this will come up. Okay. Insert a photo. Here we go. I don't want you to see all my photos because might reveal some of my art challenges that I have coming up. Yeah, it's a cute pirate. It's AI generated, so it's way off on a lot of it has a lot of problems. I'm not here to judge AI today. Don't get me started on that. But I love the colors. By the way, I want to have one day want to have that discussion where you need to be careful, even on Etsy, when people are selling you things. You need to check, because there are people out there. I could bring a picture up, but I'm going to save it for another day. But there are people out there who are selling you bundle packs of things, and they're all AI generated, and they're off. They're off. Like, if you're buying an Archer bundle pack for sketching, the arrows don't make sense. The hair doesn't make sense. I found this Lara Croft bundle Archer set. It's all AI generated, and the body is off, the hair is off. She's got arrows sticking out of nowhere for some reason, but when you first look at it, it's amazing, it's beautiful. But you got to be careful, guys. I'm trying to bring awareness. It's like you got to understand, like, that it's wrong. It's not balanced, and then you're going to be using this stuff to further either your artwork or your thumbnails or whatever like that, and it's off. It's just wrong. Anyway, I am so sorry if I have missed anything important. I know this is a picture of y'all playing, but you should put Jay falling out of the crow's nest in the background. So I don't know if you remember, but about a year and a half ago, when you guys started playing, I wanted to do artwork of you guys. I still have it in my mind. I just haven't quite put it together. I want to do that. A manga fan artist was recently bullied off Twitter because one guy accused the artist. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that AI has gotten pretty good at deceiving people. And the reason being is that, number one, we're not attentive to what's happening. And second reason is that we just want it, well, I mean, that really just kind of goes back to the first reason. We want it fast and beautiful, but we don't pay attention, and it's confusing. And the problem, I was watching another digital artist the other day, Sam does art, and he's like, one of the issues with AI, while it's great to produce things quickly, when you have budding artists, this is a problem with Pinterest right now, when you have budding artists that are trying to learn and understand and get references, when you get references that are anatomically and physically, just like in physics, just incorrect, you are learning the wrong way, and your art will always be off for some reason. There's a difference between learning artistic style and stuff like that, where things are exaggerative. But like, if there was a picture of this guy that had abs, but they were in the wrong place. They looked like they were maybe in the right place if you just quickly glanced at it, but they were way too high, and then they cut down short. Like, this guy had no abs in his lower abdomen, but they were so accentuated up top here that you kind of miss it if you're not paying attention to it. And so it's things like this that you might be like, well, that's no big deal. It is a big deal, because it's training future generations of artists that it's actually putting them behind. It's putting them behind. There's a reason why we study art, figures and everything like that. It's setting you back, because you have to then relearn what you were taught. You have to unlearn what you were taught, as Yoda would say. So, yeah, thank you. Please be sure to smash the like. AI is vile. Hate everything about it. I have come to understand. Let's see. I don't know what kind of I'm learning all of this along here, so I'm just going to let's see. Oh, I'm gonna stick with the brush. I know I'm gonna have to change it. I really, really like this blue. So it's kind of a brighter blue, so we're gonna go mid a little bit here. By the way, shout out to Wexo for letting me use his music. That's what you're listening to right now. Description is in the bio. If you want to listen to him on Spotify and stuff like that, he's got some real chill ones. The one that I use regularly, a lot of people think that it's Lindsey Sterling, but it's Wexo. So if you're really into that kind of stuff, be sure to check it out. But I have come to understand that there are ways to use AI that I was talking to another artist about this, where it's one of those things where you can die on the hill and that's totally fine, or you learn to adapt. And so while I'm against AI, simultaneously I understand that it can be beneficial in some way. So like I was saying, you could, if you use AI and it's anatomically incorrect, but you kind of like the colors, and you kind of like the pose, you can use that as a reference and then adjust to make it look proper. I can see that. I can see that. Sometimes it's difficult to find the right reference. So, okay, as an artist, I can see that being a valuable tool. But do not sell AI work as your artwork. It's not. Okay, I will die on the hill of AI is not real art. Art comes from your soul. Art comes from people. I will die on the hill that AI images, I'm going to call them it because they're not artwork. AI images is literature, is visual literature, is what I'm going to put it as, because you're taking words to create something. So in my mind, it's visual literature. But there's that. So for references, I can see that. I mean, you could even look at this little gal over here, and she's got a really great pose. She's fun, but there are a lot of problems with her. You might not realize it because you don't study this. You're not an artwork. I get that. But there's a lot wrong with this. For example, where's the rest of her sword? And why is it going through her hair and her hat? This is a problem. Might be minimal. You might excuse it, but that's a problem. How many fingers she got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, she has 5 fingers, no thumb. Okay, that's a problem. You might not notice that because it's such. The thing about AI is that it's so good at generating. Let me put it this way: at generating dynamic moments, like dynamic colors, dynamic poses, intense gaze, all of that stuff that you just excuse what you don't understand. And there's some kind of uncanny whatever kind of thing. So that's what I'm saying. You look at her hand, her hand is all right. This one's okay, but it's not great. There's a lot of reasons why this is wrong. Honestly, even the way her hat is done with this, well, you can't see it, but like with this portion here, right there, there's a reason. There's all kinds of things wrong with that. This over here makes no sense. If you're tying a bandana, you don't have that many strings attached or things to it. Might seem like something insignificant. I'm just saying it throws off the reality. That's nothing necessarily big, but then like, what is she even standing on? What the freak is this non-windmill thing in the back? This thing here, what is that? But it looks cool, so it throws our mind off. So that's what artists are trying to do. We're trying to protect knowledge and and our occupation, but we're trying to preserve the integrity of artwork. So again, this is a really cute, fun, beautiful poster, but there's a lot wrong with it. So if I were to use this as a reference and just fix the problems, then okay. It can be good to use this to learn what not to do, right? And help make you more attuned to the problems that are going on so that you can get better. So for that, I can see that. But again, if you're going to sell it as yours or whatever like that, then he's got a problem. All right, let me get rid of whatever it is that I scribbled in the sky over here. So I have a much deeper reason for not liking AI artwork, but I feel like I'll just focus on positivity this morning. I have very deep opinions about the harm that AI will do more than the benefits, but it's where we are right now. I hate it for the writer aspect. Indie authors who don't have their books protected by any of the big big publishing houses are having their work poached by bots on Amazon for bad ebooks, and there's literally nothing they can do about it because there aren't any copyright laws around AI yet. I agree with you, Alicia. I find that, again, while it's a nice, if you're using it as a tool, as far as something to help you with what you are already doing, I'm starting to be on the side where I get it. But in the end, in the long run, I still am against it. And I think that it's making us lazy. And it's going to hurt us more than help us in the end. That's just me. I'll be honest, AI can be used as a tool to improve or inspire, but never be used as a tool. Yeah. I agree. It's just like anything. There can be a lot of perks. I mean, I would even argue it's like, I'm using digital artwork today. There is something lost when you're doing digital artwork versus traditional fine artwork. Okay. I don't get to feel the resistance of the paint strokes. I can always click undo with this. You can't do that in the real world. So I'm not learning the benefits of failure or mistakes. I'm blessed to say that I do fine artwork, traditional fine artwork. So I have an understanding for that. I feel like it would be really important if I ever had kids to teach them how to do things the hard way, the manual way, before allowing them to work digitally or whatever like that, because it's really good to understand the fundamentals, and it also makes you appreciative and grateful, and I think that's really important. There are also something about self-made art, personality and style. Yeah. I don't understand people who support AI of any kind. Anything that can fall into government hands is never something to benefit the public. It also depends. I think it really depends on the heart of the people. Why are you using it? Are you using it to just, skip over the things? I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, at the end of the day, my deepest heartfelt opinion is that it's hurting us more than it's helping us. The same discussion came up with music, analog recording versus digital recording. There's a lot of good to it, but certain things are lost. Exactly. Anytime, this is something that I've understood, is that anytime there's progress made, there is something lost. I.e. the microwave. Microwave is wonderful, but we lose the value and understanding of cooking. So it's really beneficial. I use the freaking microwave all the time, but it has hurt a generation of potential cooks. So anyway, all right. So I've got my water. Let me bring back my... Thing is, I don't actually have like a Sea of Thieves. Hang on. Here we go. I love the colors of Sea of Thieves. I love the color of the water. Oh. All right. So, well, I don't want to get lost in the details yet. So let's just block things out. So now I've got this. And then we are going to paint the sky. I want to start off with this color here. And then we can add to it. Let's get rid of our little sailor girl. Here we go. And I'm just gonna do that. You know, I'm doing this the wrong way. Like, I'm treating it like traditional paint, but here we go. Let's do Let's put this behind the water so we have a nice, nice horizon. I hope everybody's having a good day. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Okay. So we have the sky, we have the water, and then we have our boat. So I think I'm going to then color in this with, make sure I'm on the right layer. And then we can add to it the fancy things. I'm trying to keep this simple. I need to always remind myself, like, keep it simple, because what I want this, the background is meant to enhance the story. It is not meant to be the main part of the story. So I gotta remind myself of that a lot of times. Oh, well, thank you. Stop yelling at me, Jonathan. Oh, sure. Blame it on the caps lock. I see. Doing pretty good. Starting to edit videos. So I have some content for my viewers while I'm overseas. Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you, Shmoo. Shmoo's a great guy. He's a wonderful moderator. I've decided over on Kick, Shmoo, because, you know, over on Kick, it's like if people subscribe or if they gift subscriptions that they get their custom emote. I've just moved you over to the dedicated emote section because you're just like Smooth's everywhere. He's a really great moderator. Like just make him available for everybody. Oh my gosh. Oh, I appreciate that. Maybe I need to get a lurking emote. Yeah, there you go. Smooth's everywhere. Make Smooth available for everybody. All right, so we're gonna color all this stuff in. Whoops. Oh, we need a water break. Excuse me. Oh, look at all the Smooths in the chat. I'm not even sure if I have any moderators on YouTube. I might need to look into that. Okay. Let me bring back my, I gotta get rid of this stuff so I can bring back my reference here. So this is all colored into. I might want to make this a slightly brighter, just so I don't get lost. I think I'm going to make this a slightly brighter. No, that didn't do anything. Slightly brighter. There we go. I don't want to make it too bright, but I'm going to make it just a little bit different so that I can. Oops. And I might be doing this all wrong, but I'm okay with that because it's all about learning, trial and error. Like I said, I'm working on some cityscapes, practicing some cityscapes. You probably saw it on Twitter and X. I'm working on it. But I made several more cityscapes, but I'm saving that for a video. And then the last one is going to be, we need a lurking emote. I do it more than you know. Really? Oh, that's cute. Thank you, Elijah. I'll make my own little lurker, my lurking. Allegedly, I don't sleep either. Shmoo, you don't. I don't know how you do it, man. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I was practicing cityscapes. And then I'm doing like a grand finale of like taking everything that I've learned and putting it into this one final cityscape. And I may or may not be basing it off of the next Marvel movie that's coming out. And I'm going to see how that turns out with everything that I've been learning. So look for that on Art with Dreaming Tabitha. Cityscapes are fun when you don't take them too seriously. That's like the thing I'm learning is like you got to leave a little room for because I tend, like a lot of artists, I tend to get lost in the details. You tend to think that you need a lot more than what you do. And I try to remember, like when I used to teach kids how to paint, it's like you have to remember that when you're looking at a mountain, you know, and you're standing way off in the distance, you don't see all the details of the mountain. You just see the basic shapes until you get close up. So I gotta like remember that. I already prepped my on-flight entertainment. I'll be watching the Gargoyles animated series. Nice. I feel like Carl could fit in that world really, really well. For those that let me I don't want you to see all of the different things that I've been working on because I'm revealing that, but let me bring up Carl. And I feel like he could fit into the gargoyle world. Like he's super cool. I love Carl. And Guts. You can't forget Guts hanging out back here. And I appreciate all your help in having to figure out like the glow and giving me some ideas for sure. Let me get back to life. All right. So then we're just going to fill in all these highlighted areas. I wonder what my lurker or emote should look like. Maybe I should put that into AI generator and see what it comes up with and use it as a reference just to prove the point where it's like, okay, not a bad idea. But again, it's taking ideas from other people, but I could make it my own. You know, just saying. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just put some highlighted areas on here just so that we can see like I said, see the difference so I don't get lost. It's already coming together a little bit. I'm glad I'm also trying to practice cell shading. Like that's not my forte for sure, but I love that style. I love like the Wind Waker look and everything. There's something going on over here. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and make this probably over here needs to be. It's in the sunlight, so we need to. And I want it to be a little loose. I don't want it to be necessarily perfect. I like leaving a lot of these streaks here. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Because we're going to be adding a bunch of highlights and things like that later. But I'm going to go ahead and make the balustrades? Is that what they're called? So I'm going to do, let's see. I need to use the original brown to create, the center where it's dark. We're also going against what I don't know if it's my style. I don't know. It's something, it's definitely a characteristic of my artwork. The sun is in the opposite direction of where I always put my highlights. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me because it throws me off. It confuses me a little bit. Let me see something really quickly. Yeah, it throws me off. If you look at like a lot of my artwork with my chibis and everything like that, I tend to always put the lighting coming from this side. I'm doing this for your benefit. This is reverse for me, but I tend to put the reverse side from here, or the lights are from here. So, you probably even saw that in Carl. You see that in Keffin. We saw that in Fredward. I'm trying to figure out who we should do next for the drawing stream. Should we do Bindi? Should we do Moby? Should we try to do Donker? I would, before we move on to new characters, guys, all right, this is going to sound terrible. Friends, lend me your ear. Oh, wait a minute. I got some questions here. And yes, anime does focus on cell shading. the newer stuff seems to blend cell shading with other stuff, but they typically do. They're like the professors on cell shading. Lurker emote of someone peeking around the corner, an animated emote of a guy popping up. Yeah, I don't know how to do animated ones. Smooth says, what are your thoughts on people fixing other people's art? I've seen a lot of artists online that will do that, but they give credit to the person. They don't diss the person, and they use it as a learning tool. Or like a lot of time, it kind of depends on the situation. Like, are you selling it as yours? That's a big no-no. And then are you putting people down? Because you could do it. It's like, okay, so here's somebody's logo. Now, if I were to create this logo, this is how I would do it. I'm okay with that as long as you give credit and you don't put people down for it, you know. Unless there's a fine line there. Like, unless you like, for example, what was that horrible video game that just Concord, you know, what was it, was Dustborn, whatever it was. I saw a lot of artists that said they missed an opportunity when it came to creating these characters. Here is how I would have done it. Here's how I think this would be a better. So they title it fixing your artwork or fixing so-and-so's artwork. So I don't have a problem with that. I do think that there's a slight, I mean, it's kind of a slippery slope because there was an artist that was hired to create something and then they provide it. Now there's a difference between, the agenda, I think, behind it. I still don't necessarily think it's a good idea to, I mean, I will admit, I've done it. Okay, I've done it. Like, I hate the design that they did for Morrigan. You can hear my rant on the previous live stream when I did my Morrigan of Chibi of Morrigan. Like, I hate what they did with her in Dragon Age Veilguard. She looks stupid, in my opinion. An artist took time to create her, and I understand that, but it's like, guys, this is a little bit different than personal artwork. If you're going to trash my personal artwork, I find that is disrespectful. But if you're going to say, here are some ways that I think would have elevated the artwork, then I get that, you know. But I think it, you know, to credit to whom it is due. And it's different when a company does this because, again, what is the mindset behind this? And anytime you're doing something like that, you're setting yourself up for it. But I think it depends on the heart of the person. Now, and again, like I said, I know some artists where they have a Discord or whatever, and they will say, hey, send me your artwork and I'll see how I can. They might reword it differently, but essentially they'll make improvisation, like how to upgrade. Instead of saying improve, how to upgrade your artwork. Let me show you something. And they'll make artwork and they say, this is how I would do it. Here's the problem with your artwork. And they're not coming from a derogatory way, mindset. It's not like, okay, your artwork sucks. You should do it this way. It's more of like, okay, so here's one way you could make your artwork better. You know, if you would add highlights here, okay, if you would study anatomy, you'll know that you turn the hips a certain way. I don't mind that. You know, I mean, the fixing where you change a character's ethnicity, because that has been a hot topic. I don't have a problem with that either, honestly, depending on why you're doing it. For example, there's this lady that I follow on Instagram who has an Etsy shop and she sells stickers of anime characters. The thing that she does is that she takes the characters and she changes their ethnicity, and they honestly look super cool. Now, she's not doing it because she thinks that Black Sailor Moon is better than White Sailor Moon. It's more of like, hey, what if Sailor Moon was black? And she just provides that, right? She does it for Hispanics. She does it for Indians. She, you know, I don't want to be like that person, but yeah, like I think that's one of the few cultures in the world that does it. They do the painting on the forehead and stuff like that. Her artwork is really cool. Like, I love it. I love seeing the variety of the anime characters that she has, and what they could look like if they were Hawaiian. Like, or, you know, like she makes, like, I don't know, like these gypsy looking, like I said, anime characters that are from different backgrounds other than just being white. Because, I mean, you know, anime is supposed to be like, what, these Japanese people, but they're not, you know, I mean, so there's that. But, I don't really have a problem with it. You know, I love seeing people's creativity. That's just me. Now, I think there's a difference between doing it for the wrong reasons. You know, I think they're like, what is the purpose behind it? Like, she just wanted to see, you know, she just creates stuff because there are not a lot of Black anime characters. So that's what she does. She creates Black anime characters from famous cartoons. I don't have a problem with that. She's an artist. She's a businesswoman. Like, she's just selling stickers. I get it. There's a difference, though, between that, like, creativity and appealing to a certain audience in that kind of way versus changing the lore as a company. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a very big difference between the two. I think it's really super cool. Like, because there are so many really amazing elements to each culture, to each country. So, a lot of, like we just said, like in the Indian culture, there's a lot of face paint that goes on. There are a lot of vibrant and bright colors. So I think that'd be really cool for a fun, creative thing. Like, I don't know, the first person that comes to mind, what would Nick Fury look like as a sultan or something like that? I think that'd be really cool. Like, what would that look like? Could you do that and make it look cool? Because the other thing is, too, you can change the ethnicity of somebody or their heritage or whatever you want to word it. You can change their ethnicity. But you got to make it look cool. Like, you got to sell it. Like I said, this is a business lady. She got to make characters that are interesting and intriguing. They're not just race swapped. They're cool. And there's a big difference there, too. Like, you got to make it sellable. So, like, if we did Morrigan, let's just say we took Morrigan and we made her have Ethiopian qualities. I would love to see that because Ethiopia has some beautiful stylization, some amazing hairstyles, and all these kinds of different things. And so I would love to see it. Now, there's a difference, though, if the next Dragon Age, they decided to change Morrigan and make her Ethiopian. I would have a problem with that because Morrigan she's not fashioned after an Ethiopian lady. But if somebody on their own accord wanted to do that, I'm all for it because I want to see what the creativity is. I want to see that's kind of what we do in the art party. Like, what can we do to make this cool? How can we get the creative juices flowing? Like, I would love to see that. The Punisher as a pirate. Yeah, it's really no different. Changing the ethnicity out of curiosity is no different than changing the occupation, in my personal opinion. I think it all comes down to why are you doing it, and make sure you give recognition to whom it is due, and don't change the lore. Don't change the lore. What would Luke Skywalker look like as a Russian Cossack? But you got to make it cool. You got to make it believable and sellable. Like, that to me, I find really intriguing. Like, how can you make a Jedi look Russian and make everybody want to have a t-shirt of it? Like, that's the goal. Like, especially, as an artist, as a business person, like, how can I make something that's different, but everybody will want? And so, like, this lady is very successful with her stickers and stuff like that. Whoops. Because she creates something unique and beautiful. Like, I'm not into Sailor Moon, but her artwork is so cool with the race swapping that I want to get a sticker because it's so cool. So that's just me. That's just me. It can be a hot topic. I think it's probably been around for years. Oh shoot, hang on. Maybe before I do that, I'm going to go to here and I'm going to raise the color just a wee bit. I say raise, lighten the color. I understand why people do it, says Smoo. I can put interesting twist on characters if isn't done out of math. Yeah. There's a huge difference between being creative versus trying to push a movement. Big difference. A Wookiee with afro hair? Why not? Now, that's the thing. Like, you could do it, but you got to make it look cool and acceptable. Like when I say acceptable, not that people won't accept afros, it's more of like, does it work with the genre? Does it work with the character? You can't just, it's kind of like the Wookiee with the man bun. It just didn't really sell in the Acolyte. He didn't necessarily look horrible, in my humble opinion, but it didn't really look that good. It's a little much. If maybe they would have put like a braid or something, I don't know, that might have been different. I think also this idea in Star Wars, now we're going to go on Star Wars, where it's like everybody can be a Jedi, to me, it's kind of cool if there are creatures that can't be Jedi, like they have no Force sensitivity. I think that would have been a lot cooler. Like Wookiees are just warriors. They're not Jedi. You know what I'm saying? I think that would have been cool. That's just me. But if you can accomplish that, if you can make a Wookiee with an afro look good and make it cool and make it sellable, make it believable, like that's the challenge. That's the challenge. And people get so butthurt when they try to do something new and it's not acceptable because it doesn't fit. It doesn't work, Now, in your mind, it might work, and that's okay. You can believe that it works. Be passionate about your project, but don't just expect everybody to be on board just because you're passionate about it. It's not a hate crime. It's not racism. It's just like, just doesn't really work. Doesn't really work. Okay. If it's fan art, I'm okay, but a company switching a character's identity, yeah, exactly. If it's fan art, then do it, man. More of it. Well, see, you're saying the fur as an afro, not just the head. See, that won't work. It's ludicrous. Nobody's going to be interested in that character. Now, if you made a different character and you created this character and that's who it is, and that works. But we know Wookiees they don't look like that. So it won't work. Right? And so it's not going to work. It's like Sabine Wren. She wasn't Force sensitive and all of a sudden she could use it. Yeah. It's like Han Solo suddenly becoming Force sensitive. I think the beauty of Han Solo is that he's not Force sensitive, but all of a sudden he accepted that it was real. That is beautiful. I think that just shows such a layer of Han Solo. But yeah, it'd be like all of a sudden Han Solo whipping out a lightsaber, and you're like, okay, he's a space pirate with a gun. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. Okay, all right. I'm gonna try not to get hung up on the details here. Not yet. We're just kind of. Technically this is a detail, but we're just blocking in the colors. So I want to try to remember my reference for the art style and keep it simple. Already coming along. I know we've been doing a lot of talks. Laughs and forced ghost. Oh, my shmoo. All right. Do you do cosplay, Smoo? I know the gals were talking about like dressing up potentially and all this kind of stuff. Just curious. Are you just going to be like, no, I'm coming as myself? I did tell Joe, I'm like, what if you just came as yourself, but like the upgraded version of yourself, like the enhanced? She's like, can I do that? I'm like, of course you can. The other thing about, when you're changing the ethnicity of a character is because, again, we're getting so butthurt about something that a lot of times we have to build off of stereotypes, right? So if we had an art prompt where it was, create Han Solo, but he's from, I don't know, the Ivory Coast or something, or Madagascar or something like that. Or let's just say from Egypt. We'll pick another place in Egypt. In Africa. Like, what are you like? All right, make Han Solo, but from Egypt, which, by the way, would be super cool. Like, I would like to see that. For a lot of people who might not know the in-depth nature of a culture, you're going to go with stereotypes. Okay? You're going to go with stereotypes. Dark skin, dark hair, sandals, whatever the case may be. Don't get mad at those people. If they're not doing it to be hurtful, like if they're just trying to use what they know, you can't punish somebody for being ignorant about a culture, you know, we don't all just sit around reading National Geographic. You know, a lot of us just have a basic understanding. It's like if somebody, I would suggest that a lot of people from other countries outside of America, if they were going to do an American version of somebody, they're probably going to throw the American flag somewhere in there because that's one of the things that's about us. They're probably going to put food or like hot dogs and a jar of mayonnaise somewhere. And, I don't know, what is the stereotypical American stuff? It's the American flag, it's food, fireworks. There's so much more to America than that. But it's a stereotype. We have a lot of obese people. Obese people here. Unfortunately, but hopefully that's going to change. You know, you're just working off of stereotypes. So unless you immerse yourself in the culture, it's like, you know, if you're going to make an English Han Solo, he's probably going to have tea. I don't know. I would maybe put a Beefeater hat on him. Most people don't even know what that is, but like, you know, you're going to put, you know, maybe you're going to put elements of like Big Ben, tea and crumpets, you know, stereotypes, but there's so much more to the English culture than that. It's just how it is. You got to learn, you know? Hello, Strix Marasmus? That's such a cool name. I might not be saying it that way, but it's super duper cool. Welcome in. Could you imagine a British Indiana Jones? It'd be kind of cool, though. It'd be kind of cool. You know, there's some stereotypes that I love. You know, Japanese. There you go. For example, you're gonna make a Japanese Han Solo. Guaranteed, he's carrying a katana of some kind. Guaranteed, he's gonna have like I don't say this disrespectfully, but like for our culture, like a weird looking hat or something like that. You know, maybe that certain type of armor that samurai wear. Like you just know that's pretty much how he's going to be. You know, maybe he would have one of those fancy man buns with the things to, you know, you're just building off of stereotypes, but you want to make it look cool. Like, I think that'd be fun. I don't know. If I was better at people, maybe I would do that for the art party. Okay, so this would be, I think it would be this one. Here we go. It's going to be slightly darker, maybe. But that would actually be really cool. Taking characters and like, what if they were from this country? You know, because a lot of countries have adapted to Western civilization, like, you know, the suit and tie, you know, pencil skirts, all that kind of stuff. So, oops. So how, you know, if they're not always garbed in their country's aesthetic, if you want to word it that way, you can't expect foreigners to know that. Can't expect, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your sailing. I hope that you make it out alive. I hope you don't run into the giant ship of death. Vader's armor is based off of, yeah, exactly. I have the Darth Vader samurai outfit in Fortnite. I don't hear anybody complaining about that. In fact, they think it's super cool, which it is. But like, what if Darth Vader was from India? Like, that'd be kind of cool. How would you make that work? How would you make that look cool? Curious minds want to know. Okay. I'm going to add just like a sliver. Like I said, I'm leaving this a little bit messy with the little pixel dust that you can see. That used to be like a username of mine, Pixel Dust. When I got into graphic design, Pixel Dust. I think that was kind of an idea that I had for a username, like when I was going to start on YouTube. But before I decided to settle on Dreaming Tabitha, people were like, my non-friend friends at the time, like, why Dreaming Tabitha? What does that mean? Like, because I'm always dreaming. And it's just like the rolling of the eyes. I'm like, you know what? It's my name. I'm always dreaming. Always dreaming. Beardo could play a pretty passable Viking or pirate, sure. I think he would pass for a really cool, like, assassin kind of guy. Imagine Beardo in a suit and tie, going around town. Like, I mean, I know guys like to be tough and everything like that, but like, I think Beardo could be like for as far as the looks wise. I don't know personally if he could be that person, but like what if he was like one of those aristocratic kind of assassins, like kind of fancy, you know? Okay. I think that might be, unless I go a little darker. I'm kind of playing around with these balustrades. I think that's what these are called. Beardo was a sultan. Don't tell him, because then he'll have a harem. No. Oh, man. Beardo as a sultan would be kind of cool. By the way, if you're a member, you can get the chance to color Beardo, as I did an artwork of him as a Logan, like Viking thing from Epic Universe or Epic Verse. Got that confused. From Epic Verse. So feel free to. I know Rizkit colored him and he looked really cool. He stuck to the more traditional Wolverine colors, but thank you for tagging me, by the way. That was really cool. Sea of Thieves is my favorite. I spend hours just fishing since my injuries won't allow me to do it. I haven't done that yet. I think once, because we did the Monkey Island thing, or we tried to, and we were required to get a red herring. And so I attempted to do that. See what that looks like. Okay, don't get lost in the details tab. It just, it's not the focus. Beardo will be a Viking in Blood and Water by Epicverse. That's right. He did a really good job from the trailer. Going a little bit. Just gonna get the gist of what's there. Just got a chest of legends from my voyage of luck. Hype up, dude. Get that coinage. Are you going to be at MegaCon, Riskit? Did I miss that memo? If I were to cosplay, says Smoo, it would probably be a very basic looking outfit. Maybe if I had more time, I would probably take time to create props. And the thing about props when it comes to cosplay is like, depending on the prop, like they really get in the way. Like I've seen the people that carry, you know, these giant axes and stuff like that. The ridiculous ones that look so cool that make no sense. I'm like, you have to carry that all day. Like, and you don't want to just leave it with somebody because you worked on it and you don't want to entrust people with it. But kudos to them. But no, thank you. Thank you, Kings, for stopping by and hanging out. Let's see how this goes along. You can see that even the most basic of art pieces takes a long time. My balustrades are looking weird, but that's okay. Again, it's going to get covered up by stuff, and it's not the main. Okay. It's got some depth to it already. It's got some depth to it. It's looking all right. It's looking all right. Let me check out some things here really quickly. By the way, January 30th, 2025 is going to be the Cara Dune Appreciation Day, as it's been for the last 3 or 4 years, where we all on X get together and hashtag We Love Cara Dune, We Love Gina Carano, to let the world know that Disney did a terrible thing. And this is a big year for Gina, right? Isn't she supposed to be doing her like court stuff this year? So like, I think it'd be great to start off the year by letting everybody know that we still support her and we don't support what they did. Hate Nate, hello, thank you for the follow over there on Kick. We're getting slowly crawling towards 300 followers over there on Kick, and I appreciate that. Will you be on Nomi's stream Friday, by the way? I'm supposed to. I don't think I have any plans. She talked to me already about that, so I believe I will. What are the plans for this illustration? Already looking good. Thank you. So let me bring up. So For those who are, I will not be at MegaCon. I have to focus on my resources on fixing old injuries. Right. Well, of course, Rizkit, we want you back on your feet so you can be, ready to wrestle some alligators if necessary, because you're the only person I trust to take care of that. So let me bring this back up here. This is kind of what I'm... Oh, it's not big enough. Hang on, you know what? I'm making this harder on myself than is absolutely necessary. So I did this picture from a gaming stream. It's just some artwork of my friend and I, Know Me Without You, over on Kick, playing Chained Together. And it was so much fun, and I made a little video about it. In fact, while you're here, you know what? There's just some things that are just better said, in a certain way. Some people can just say it better. You know what I'm saying? Brace yourself.
I will lead us in prayer, guys. Feel free to join us as we bow our heads and lead us into this.
Do you pray with your hands up? Do you put them out? Do you put them together? Is there a particular method?
I usually put my hands out, like as a give. We'll go ahead and pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have given us, that we are able to wake up and rejoice that we are alive and well, and be able to enjoy the little things, which is playing video games with your friends from afar. I don't know why I'm thanking you, Lord, that we're about to play this game. Let this game be a metaphor of how we can get closer to you and be better of who you are. Be better versions of us with your light. Yes, your word is a light unto our feet and a light into my path. And Lord, that I am now still feeling the effects of what hell may be like, because my sauna of a bedroom is a good example, because my AC is still broken, and I pray that you come through and you redeem me and deliver me from the hell of my bedroom.
Oh, that's gonna be us, little barbecue Nomies and Tabithas. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Tabitha!
Okay, this is not gonna be good. You have somebody who's afraid of heights, even in the first We've all been jumped on the first time.
Oh my god!
I'm scared.
How are you feeling? Are you okay? Trust the process. That's us screaming.
Yelling at me.
Thanks for, making our friendship stronger, man. I feel like we've reached a new level here.
Classic. Yeah, hearing the audio out of context. So for those that don't know, then I did that piece of artwork, and I've been wanting to make more. I really wanted to make some when Joe, Nomi, and I were playing Fortnite when the chainsaws were out. I have this really interesting concept outline that I did, but I never got it back into it. And it just seems like there's more fun. The more we game and the more we stream, the more things. So my concept art here, well, my outline art was this. And then the story, I just took a quick phone call and I came back to that. That's why there's the warning in the beginning. I know. You know what? Shout out to X-Wing and Sevi and myself. Okay, I think I should make an art piece about that one. Nobody believed in me. Not a single person believed in me. And did I carry us to victory in the middle of our stream? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because apparently my crazy idea should never have worked, but it did. It did, and I carried us through. Without me, there would have been no finish, okay? And I know that's not really a team player kind of attitude, but I want everybody to know, New Year's Eve, without Tabitha, there would have been no mission completed. But yeah, we needed all four of us because X-Wing really helped us, and it was so funny just because Sevi is such a chill and patient person. But after a while, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna die." Anyway, so with this art piece here, You got the character over on the right, excuse me, over on the left, and that's supposed to be me. Nomi's going to be in the water. As you can see, I have to readjust it because Nomi needs to be in the water, and Joe is supposed to be dancing at the helm. Is that what it's called? So the story goes that Joe took Godzilla drops tomorrow. Oh my god, the fat one, the Fatzilla. Yeah, we did test Sevy's patience. We tried to warn her, but yeah. Sorry, just laughing. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so the story, for those that are just popping in, the story goes that Joe, when we started playing Sea of Thieves, Joe stole the ship, and I felt that as the captain, I needed to teach her a lesson about stealing. So I set the ship on fire and left her to die. So that's what this is going to be about. She stole the ship, and then she just stands over here dancing. Meanwhile, Nomi's dying for some reason in the water because she fell overboard. So I decided to set the ship on fire to teach her a lesson. So there's going to be a video that part of the game is going to go over this, just like with the previous one, so that there's some context there, you know. There. That's pretty cool. I think I should do that. Oops. There. Looks a little bit more like wood. The thing about cell shading is there's not supposed to be any blending, but there is, you know, different styles of cell shading. So it's kind of like, as long as it gives the appearance, the illusion of shading, but it's not really shading, because this is really just layers of different color. It's not really blending. Nothing is blending together, but from a distance it kind of looks like it is. Then that's, you know, that's the goal. Yeah, looks a little better. Okay, and we got this thing over here. And just do a couple of streaks down this way. Oops. There's that. In all fairness, Joe is kind of a lone wolf when she plays Fortnite. The amount of times she's abandoned me and Nomi in the game is the same. I should get a video of you and Nomi and Joe switching from Sea of Thieves to Fortnite, then edit the reactions together when Joe was abandoned. I rewatched that yesterday and just laughed my butt off. After tonight's party animals stream, I have to start making some progress on the erudite portrait so I can hand both his and Sevy's drawing to them at MegaCon. That'd be awesome. And I was talking to Erudite last night about some of his artwork that he has on Legend Seeker, and I'm like, dude, this is so cool. And I love the Velociraptor. He's like, really? I'm like, yes, of course I do. Like, that's amazing. Oh, I messed up. Hang on. Like, as a creature fabricator, of course I loved it. You know, fake creatures that look cool. This is again why it works, because it's a ridiculous idea, but it's a cool idea, and the artist made it work. Like, it's believable. As silly as it is, it's believable. If you're part of the Legend Seeker crew and the artwork, you see it. It's amazing. By the way, you can put someone in the brig. That's what I've been told, and we will definitely be using that. Shh, don't tell my crew. The crew. It's not. I don't know. I am not a self-appointed captain. Joe and Nomi decided to do that. Okay. So we got this. Let me see real quickly. So creating the floor is going to be interesting. We might just have the planks going. Let me make this large. Let's see. I don't know how the best way to do this quickly. Wait, road to the... Oh. Maybe I need to really quickly alpha lock this. Nope. A little bit large. No, I think there's, and then what if I did sideways, kind of, because again, this isn't meant to be the main thing. It's just meant to be kind of a, just kind of meant to be the idea. And then, because I don't think I have like fabric brushes. Like, what about this one? It's not big enough. They need to be like wide. What about textures? Oh, I do have wood. I forgot about that because I used it for... Whoops. But I would need to create a separate layer, I think. Darken this. And then... Well, we would have to, like, do this. Take it. I think we would need to kind of, like, rotate, make it large. I don't know. I'm trying something here. What about warping it? I think that kind of works. And then we just, oops. What if we just got rid of it? Yeah, video can take a long time. I love it though. I love to video edit. TBH. And I think this is the wrong kind of brush to get the point across. I need it to be, here we go. I need to be kind of jagged. Oops. So that it matches. Go around here real quickly. That's right. There you go, Rizkit. Throw in the splat paintbrush. Oh no, paintbrush splat. After having seen Gary's streaming room, I'm amazed how he doesn't knock over all of these amazing figures. For real. For real. I've seen the pictures, my goodness. Gary as a nerd. Yeah, yeah. It takes me 1 or 2 hours to do a 90-second video for my YouTube channel. It kind of, yeah, there we go. Splat and paintbrush. It kind of depends on, you know, what it is I'm creating. It can take me a couple of days to edit a video if I don't quite have a theme or whatever. I got to feel things out. Okay, so I like this, but I think that worked. It just it's really dark. I'm just gonna test a couple of things. That's not so bad, but I do like the redness of that. Pin light. Bum, 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 bum. So this is normal. So if I just kind of do this, I wonder. All right, what we're gonna do is duplicate this, and then I want to turn it. I kind of like the red touch to it. I wonder what that would look like. It's pretty cool. And then, just curious, just to see what would happen. Actually, what really needs to happen is that I need to have, oh shoot, okay, that color, which I think was this one, and I need to lighten it. Oh, Comics Ann just went live. Okay, so then I think gotta watch my friend. It's still morning. That's so cool. I'm just curious. All right, let me try something here. Okay. I kind of like that, but let's see. It needs to be... I gotta remember tab so it's not... I don't need to have... Oops, that's not what I want. I don't know why it switches over like that. Nope. There. I think that looks better. Just kind of rugged, but you still see the planks. I zoom it in for you. It looks a little different on the screen than it does in person. So trust me. Oh, did I accidentally get rid of? I did. I painted it. I did the wrong one. Great. Yeah, that was the dark one. Okay, so we'll just kind of reverse it a little bit so that I can still see the planks of wood. Yeah. Because we want those highlights. Okay. Hey DL, good morning. Going to head over and lurk on the Daily Dose of Dork. You do that, absolutely. Feel free to go check out my friend. You're talking about Danny, right? By all means. I'm going to post this in here. She's really trying to work on growing her channel and providing you with really cool content and doing the nerdy news. So feel free to head on over there. If you want to just go... I mean, if you want to do me a favor and just go over there, hit the like button and let her know, like, say good morning. You can always come back, but like, give her a like, give her a try. She does really great nerdy news, and she has a different take on things than most people, and I like that. So feel free to head on over to Danny's channel, give her a try, show her some love. Yeah, I remember Tomby was trying to talk about how to do that. I mean, I'm not quitting, so I don't know if you can redirect while you're still live. I don't know. Okay, so then I need to do... I'm going to do another layer. I don't think I need to be quite as detailed. Oh, hold on, son. Like, that was a little, calm down. Calm down. That was a little much. That's... It's a little much. Trying to just do the balance of this is difficulté. A difficult. Sometimes I set up the redirects before I go live. Sometimes I do them. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I've just heard of this the other day, so it's... I need to bring up my reference. I think I need to... Yeah. I just got a notification from Starbucks. So I'm trying to figure out what they're saying. Spicy veggie on the go? Like, is that a drink? That sounds horrible. It's not. Oh, guys, thanks for heading over to Danny's channel. I appreciate it. Yeah, be sure to hit the like button when you're over on Danny's. They don't. But anyway, I think you and Narmi would enjoy a bit of Marvel Rivals. We watched it. We did. We watched Nomi. We watched Smoo, and we were like behind the scenes. We're like, this looks like a lot of chaos. Like, yeah, I always forget to redirect. I have to. Danny says hello. Oh, hello back to Danny. I have to figure out how to do that. I don't understand why they make it so freaking difficult. Okay, so I need to do a layer under this one so that we can. Let me get back. Let me get my irregular brush that I was using. Got to stay consistent. Inca. Put this back up here, and we'll get our base color. Wait, was that our base color? I think this was our base color. Yeah. And we're gonna, so there's the mast. So we're just gonna go ahead and color this first. Let's just get this taken care of. Thanks again, guys, for hanging out with me. So we try to get this done. And meh, Marvel Rivals is strictly a PvP game. At least with Sea of Thieves, you can sail for a while before fighting other players. It is very chaotic game. I mean, Smoo, is it kind of like superhero Fortnite, essentially? Redirect will be in Studio in the customization tab. So I would have to like open another window, go into StreamYard's Studio, and then do that. Like, why can the freak they just put a button like right here? That's stupid. I think I might do an art video for my channel soon and draw my Final Fantasy 14. That'd be great. What do you do to motivate yourself to draw? I've been quite struggling with that. Yeah. No, YouTube Studio. Might be the reason why I never found it. What do I do to motivate myself? Well, so as an artist, and I'm sure like many of you, you know, it's inherent, like it's a part of who we are. We have to draw, we have to paint, we have to create. It doesn't matter. I always give this story where it's like, it doesn't matter if I am putting lines in the carpet with my vacuum cleaner. I want to see a design somewhere. Like, I can't help myself. I have to just do stuff. You could pour salt on like accidentally pour salt on a table, and I'm like going to be creating something in there. But, what do I do to motivate myself? Well, one of the biggest lies that we tell ourselves needs to be done in reverse. We tell ourselves that motivation breeds artwork or work in general. This is not true. Work breeds motivation. So if you're wanting to draw, but you don't know, you just get started and it will take off from there. Your natural instincts will kick in. Now, something that motivates me to draw is that, besides the fact that I just love to do it, is learning. Like, learning something new. Like, that comes with time too, is like just trying not to get frustrated with the fact that I lack so much skill, but knowing that I can gain it. Something else that motivates me is, honestly, I love hearing, I mean, I do. I love hearing positive feedback about my artwork. Now, that comes with a gamble. There's going to be negative commentary as well, but I honestly do love to, I love to hear what people have to say about my artwork. And, you know, that's one of the things, like when I started doing my art streams where we create our weird characters, like I loved hearing like I said, I love creativity. So I loved hearing the ideas that other people had, and we mix it together to see what will happen. And that's something that motivates me, is like creativity in general, like seeing what other people's ideas are. That's something that motivates me, is just seeing what the creativity that other people have. And honestly, I just, like, even when I paint in the real world, tangible artwork, like I keep mentioning it, but like when I painted my Dan Vasque Renaissance painting, which one day will get finished, I love the challenge. The challenge motivates me. I love creating beautiful things. I love blending. I love seeing what colors can do to manipulate an image to create the illusion of something. Like, obviously, my painting is not Dan Basque, but when you look at it, I have created the illusion of Dan Basque on my canvas. I've replicated him, if you will, on my canvas. And the challenge of just the tiniest color could throw off the detail of his face is fascinating to me. I don't know if that's helpful, but one thing, Strix, if I might just call you Strix, one thing that helps me when I'm in a rut is to doodle, right? Don't try to wait around for this brilliant idea. Like, I get it. Don't wait around for a brilliant idea to pop into your head before you get inspired, okay? Most artists, most creative people have something that they're drawn to that they just do when they're bored, right? We all become great artists in college, am I right? And so, like when I doodle, my go-to thing is eyes. My go-to thing are eyes and trees. And I love to shade. I love to blend. But when I'm just doing with pencil, I love to shade to try to make it as realistic as possible. It doesn't always work out, but sometimes I get it done, and it just allows me to be free to do whatever. Like, I'm not doing it to impress anybody. I'm not doing it to make money off of it, but it just opens up the brain. And sometimes, and you know, the thing is, like with art, people are like, oh, it's so relaxing, it's therapeutic. It is. However, it's hard work. It's work. It's why it's called artwork. You know, you're not just always inspired. Okay. We all know that. And sometimes you have to make yourself do things. Okay. I've been making artwork nonstop for several months now. And I sometimes get burnout, but I have to remind myself that I need to take a break, but I don't need to just stop. And at the same time, when I'm done creating an art piece and I look at it and I think, wow, that started as nothing. That's what motivates me to do more. So that's what I'm saying. Doing work motivates you to do more. I get tired. I get burnout from doing artwork, but I love doing artwork at the same time. And when I finish a piece, I'm like, okay, well, let's go again. What's next? I can't wait to do more. So you just got to get started. It's like exercise. A lot of people love exercise, but they have a hard time getting started and finding the motivation to get started. But once you start, then you can keep the momentum. But it takes work to keep going. Don't wait for inspiration to find you, says Stunning and Brave Megatron. Work on finding inspiration. And that's the thing. It's like you could, like, let's just say you really love, well, we talked about earlier. Let's just say you really love Sailor Moon, but you don't know how to draw Sailor Moon. Well, I like to listen to podcasts and stuff like that and just try. I just sit there and I will watch. I will either listen to an audiobook or listen to some stupid TV show in the background just because I can see the image in my mind, if you will, whilst I work. And what's going on in here? Okay, got some walls. I got to fix that. And I don't know why. That's just me. Some people need music. Excuse me. Some people just need music to kind of keep their brains free and clear. But just do it. I know that sounds really simplistic and kind of harsh, but just do it. Make a terrible picture. The thing is too, the point when you're doodling is not to create a masterpiece. The point of doodling is just to get the juices flowing. It's just to exercise. It's just to get started. Don't try to create, that's the other thing too, is like, don't try to create masterpieces. They will come when you get passionate about it, but you got to first get motivated about it. Sometimes the best ideas come to you when you're doing things randomly. Exactly. I'm glad that I didn't make art my profession. I think I wouldn't enjoy it as much as I still do nowadays. I need music when I'm doing something. It's kind of like a metronome for me. Yeah. Most artists don't work in silence. Maybe they used to, they don't anymore. But yeah, most artists don't work in silence. Okay. I'm having an issue with the front here, but Joe's going to kind of cover this because I'm going to make her dancing right here. So I think that I will. I have started a few sketches of one of my characters, and I haven't been liking or thinking I can do something with it. But maybe that comes down to self-esteem and how I look at my work. The other thing is comparison robs us of joy. It is very possible, I'm going to assume, that you've seen other people's artwork and you're like, darn, I wish my character, because our characters are near and dear to our hearts. They're like our little children, our little babies. If you're like, I wish my character looked like this. I'm telling you what, I've been the same way, and we all are, where like, I wish that mine looked like somebody else's. I wish mine had this kind of shading. A lot of it is that we don't understand how to make artwork look like a certain thing. So that's why we study. Everybody thinks like, oh, I'm just not talented enough. No, the real issue is you might not be skilled enough. And that doesn't mean that you can't be. A skill is something that you learn and you practice, okay? I am talented in artwork, but I don't have all of the skills. I had to learn and work on my skills as an artist. And so that might be where you're at. Maybe you don't understand how to make your character look a certain way. You know how you want it to look. You just don't know how to get there. And that is the process of every artist. So you're not alone, friend. Like we're in the same boat, metaphorically here. So you're okay. You're good. You have an idea. You just have to learn how to make it come to pass. My Dan Bass painting, like I would not have been able to do this 2 years ago. I would not have been able to do that 5 years ago. I had to learn. I knew how I wanted to paint. I didn't know how. And you honestly, as you go along, you figure out, oh, I didn't really want to make it look like this the entire time. I learned my own way, and that's how we develop and unlock our own artistic style of how to make it. But we glean from other people, and then we make it our own. Oh yeah, many times comparisons when maybe absolutely Strix. Same here. But I've had to turn that off. And somebody that I recommend, someone that I highly recommend, let me find their channel, who gives you really good understanding. Like you'll be super impressed with their artwork and you might hate yourself a little bit being like, oh man, why can't my art look like his? But I don't know what kind you prefer, what kind of style, but he has amazing tips for helping you to figure out how to better your artwork. He is one of the people that I was talking about earlier when somebody was asking, I think it was Smoo was asking, how do you feel about artists redrawing or, enhancing other people's art? He has a community where they allow him to do that. They're like, here's my OC, my original character. How can I make it better? And he will create their OC enhanced. So his name is Sam Does Art, professional artist. Now, his artwork is digital, but he also knows how to do fine artwork, but you can take the same principles and apply it to you in painting or drawing, okay? Loosen up, that's the thing too. So you look at my artwork here and like when you get really close, it's all muddy, it's weird and everything like that, but you put it far away and it comes together. And that's something that I had to learn. Yeah, there you go, you know him. So the thing is too, is just remember, it's kind of like in school, or let me go back really quickly, but you put this all together and you just get it loose and you're just conveying the same idea. I had the problem where I felt like everything needed to be really detailed. You can do that because there are some people that do that, but if that's not what you want to do, then don't do it. And it might be hurting you in the long run. Sam really is good at explaining that. And you look at his art pieces and you don't think, man, those are really sloppy, when you zoom in, they are, and he admits that himself. But when you zoom out, because that's the thing, there's a reason why people say, oh, artwork looks so much better far away, and we joke around about that, but it does, because you step back and you're like, oh, it all comes together. The issue is I do more cartoon art style, nothing wrong with that, while he is more rendered and painterly. But I've come to apply a few painterly things, and exactly. And you figure it out as you go along. It is as they say, it's a cliche, but it's so true. It's a marathon, friend, not a sprint. You're going to always be evolving and learning. So don't think that you have to get to the goal tomorrow or next year. You're going to always be evolving. And there are so many artists that switch their art styles midway through, if you will. Megatron says, one thing that helps me attempting to draw other art styles. One thing that helped me as attempting to draw other art styles that I liked, because when I was working on drawing a specific way, it taught me what I like and what I don't. Exactly. You have to start learning what you do and you don't like. And that we tend to think that when we do artwork, we just have to always create beautiful things, not realizing that a lot of times they're just practice sessions. Even the serious ones are just practice sessions for learning what we do and do not like. Riska said, well said, Tabitha. I've always struggled trying to figure out shading. Then I found this channel. Thank you. My pleasure. I love shading. Yes. Artists are always focused on the little things of our work. And that's why I've heard it said that artwork, from the artist's perspective, artwork is never finished. It's just abandoned. Because we could always look at something in our art piece and say, well, I would have liked to finish that. I could have fixed that. It could have been different. Yeah, there you go. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to someone else's today. And the other thing is, too, you have to remember, like, I get jealous or whatever like that when I see artwork from Sam. And he's younger than me. And I'm like, man, I'll never aspire to him. I have to remind myself, Sam has been training in artwork since he was like 6 years old. His parents put him in formal art training when he was younger. So he took the anatomy lessons, the professional art, like charcoal and sketching and drawing. So Sam has like 15 years of experience on me. So I can't compare myself to him because I'm self-taught for the most part. And I don't think I'm doing a bad job for being self-taught. And yeah, so Sam has a one-up on me, and I can't compare myself to him. How am I supposed to compare myself to somebody who has already a 20-year career in artwork, and I have like a 10? So I can't do that. And that's something that we do as we get older and we learn and we get wisdom, and we're like, I am wasting my energy trying to be like somebody else instead of focusing my energy on getting better at what I'm doing. Nomi says, listen to Tabitha. She's a professional. I'm not, but one day I hope to be. So true. I've compared myself to all these people who are twice my age or have twice my... Exactly. And once you realize that's foolish, like it doesn't make any sense. I often, when I would tell my students, my clients, when I used to teach painting, think about it this way. Humans are all born to walk. We are meant to walk and run. We are meant to do that. Okay. We naturally figure that out on our own. So that's just how life is. But you don't expect a baby to come out of the womb knowing how to walk. That's why babies are so clumsy. They fall all the time. They have to try to figure it out. And that's why they have parents or guardians that teach them how to walk. They have an innate desire, an inherent desire to walk. They just don't know how. They try, but they don't really know how. And that's why they wiggle and everything. But parents are like, okay, let me take this and elevate it. Let me show them how it's done. And so if you're starting, the same thing with like children and toddlers, they're still clumsy and they fall all over the place and they hit their heads and they don't understand because their mobile skills are developing. It takes years for mobile skills to develop and to get stronger. So think of it that way. You don't expect a baby, you don't expect a toddler to do something for the first time in their life and be good at it. So it's the same thing with artwork. It might be an inherent trait that you have to create artwork, but that doesn't mean you're good at it. You have to develop your skills. So you have it. It's there within you. It's like a little seed. It's within you. It's just you got to water it. You got to nurture it. Sometimes you got to put crap on it in order for it to bloom. Exactly. Comparison is the thief of joy. Anyway, so back to Sea of Thieves. That's my TED Talk. Welcome to my TED Talk. Yeah, I don't really know what this is supposed to be in this picture. Like, it's just kind of a bunch of stuff. So I think we can cover some of it with the wheel. So we're not going to be too, we're just going to kind of leave it like that because it's off in the distance. We're going to be focusing on me and Joe and then Nomi drowning in the water. So thank you guys a lot for having this conversation. Absolutely, Strix. My pleasure. Please feel free to come back anytime. And if you got questions, look, I by no means a professional, but I have experience and I'm willing to share what I've learned. I love helping other people because I know what that feels like, to kind of feel like you're lost and floundering in your artwork. I feel like that a lot. But because that's the thing, like, they're not lying when they say just create, just get a sketchbook and fill it. It doesn't matter if it's full of junk and stuff that you would kick to the curb and set on fire. Just keep drawing, just because you're developing the muscles in your hand. It's not just mental, dude. It's like, it's physical. You have to develop your creativity, you have to develop your mental fortitude, and you have to actually develop your physical skills in order to do this, because we're sitting for hours, my dude. I'm assuming you're a dude, I have no idea. We are sitting for hours with our hand and our shoulder in the same position. While that affects our core, affects our hips, affects our neck. Like, we're focused. We got to hold that pen, that pencil, that paintbrush nearly in the same position for hours and just steady on. So there's a lot more to it than I'm just not creative, or I just don't know how to shade. Oh, my friend, there's so much to it. And that's why people don't understand what a lot of artists go through. It's you don't understand until you're in somebody else's shoes. You know what I'm saying? I realized I could never do the kind of art I wanted to do, but I do good with the basic geometry shapes. I don't think that's ever true for anybody. I think you can never do the artwork of someone else. That's the long and short of it. You can never do the artwork. You can try to simulate it. You can try to try to be like a side-by-side. You can get close, but there is a reason why professional art thieves and these forgers and stuff like that, why they get caught. There's always something off, because everybody has a different eye for detail, a different style. You can never do an exact copy of somebody else's work. You can do yours though. Okay. So I think we can always come back to the basic shape of the ship later on. What is this? To quote Kung Fu Panda, be the best you can be. Don't take this the wrong way. The streamer is why we arrive. The chat is why we stay. Love these streams. Well, thank you. I try to nourish the world with whatever I have. Okay, so I like that we've got the boat. Like, it's kind of a rough draft, but it's not supposed to be the main thing. I think something that will pull it together that I don't think that I have, like, in compared to this. Shoot. Oh no! Nomi, what happened? I pulled your leg off. Poor Nomi. Okay. Is that there's outlines. Now, I typically don't outline. So that's the other thing too, Trix, is that I don't like to outline, but I have found that for certain art pieces, it works. Like, I hate outlining, but this looks good with outline. So that's something that we're going to put on. I know, Narmi, Nar! That's something that I'm going to put on this later on, and it's going to come together. That's the thing, is figuring out what works too. So, like, for example, why don't we just do that? I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to switch over to my 6B pencil here. And, whoops, let's make this a little larger. I'm going to hold my stand here. Let's see how big, there we go. It's a little too big here. It just kind of clean, even though I'm doing like a rough sketch of it, but it kind of cleans things up and elevates what is necessary, providing some of that contrast as well. I have no idea what this is. We're just going to pretend like it's supposed to be there. See? But look at that. I need to, hang on. Make this a little brighter. Like, I could make these straight lines, but I really kind of like how it's rough like that. Also because of the fact that I'm doing wood, I just think it looks more organic this way. And that's something that I had to learn. I had to go outside my comfort zone and do what I didn't think I wanted to do. And I was like, I don't like it. No, but this is I want to, not to use weird verbiage, but And this is like a safe place for artists and creatives, like, because I feel you. I totally understand your struggle, and I always want to encourage people because, as one great American, one of the greatest Americans ever in the world, just said, "Never give up, never surrender." Gotta go. Thank you, Risket, for hanging out. Grave Reviews is here saying hello, Mrs. Tabitha. Hope everything's great, man. By the way, Tabitha, you have a bot. I don't care. Yeah. Well, let's just go ahead and show them. There you go. Okay. I don't take Twitch too seriously, unfortunately. Maybe I should, but it's okay. Here we go. Stunning and Brave, dropping the knowledge because he's an amazing colorist, man. You guys, I mean, he also great line work, but I'm just saying his colors blow me away. Another tip: if you are drawing pre-existing characters, buy toys of them. Makes drawing them so much easier, especially if they then have a complicated outfit, because you can see it from a million. Exactly, it's like having those wooden props, but this way it's your, character. Oh man, dude, if there's ever a time for artwork to be easy, quote unquote, we couldn't have it any better. Like the fact that we have those 3D model apps if we wanted to use them. There's another thing with like we were talking about earlier with AI. If you have a program and you want to create your own version of something, but you need a little help with whatever, okay, you type in Sue Storm, holding an umbrella while serving pizza. It's going to look wonky and it's not your artwork, but you could use it as a reference. Be like, okay, so that's kind of what I was thinking, but I would change this and I would do this differently. And I don't like this color, but I'll change that. So I feel like these should be thinner. Well, let's do the, yeah, I think what I'm going to do, let's undo this here. Okay, I'm going to do the outside in this bolder kind of size pen. Nomi, are you at your occupational, are you doing your occupational duties, or like, are you home free? Like, what's the story? Are you just supporting your friend from far away while you hold on to your responsibilities? All right, what size is this? I think it was like 27 or something. Let's make it 15 and do the outer portion so it looks brighter. Yeah, better. See, and just learning that too, I've had to learn as well that the size of the line work makes a huge difference when I'm studying like comic book artists and stuff like that. It makes a huge difference, the line work. I don't know how to categorize my art style. Neither do I. But my friends have said it looks like a breed between Western animation, comics, and a bit of manga. I always wonder what will change about my art. Yeah, absolutely. We all wonder that. I also really liking how your drawings go. Thank you. I know, right? We just got the boat, the ship, the Murgle Skiffer. That's the name of my ship, Murgle Skiffer. So, I don't know what this piece here is, but we're just going to leave it there because I think my character might be covering it up anyway. And Biggles coming out with a $1.99 super sticker. I don't know what it is. Is it going to show me? Hang on. Super sticker? I don't get to see what it is. Ah! It's a finger pointing upwards. Saying number one. Number one. Thank you, Biggles. Congratulations again to Biggles for getting his monetization. I know he's been gaming hard. He's been working hard. The number one foam finger. I don't know why they won't show it to us. We got to work. We're already working hard doing all this other stuff. So, hey, let's do a nice little reveal here and see what this looks like with our water and sky. I'm not sure why that piece is missing. We'll fix that. But look at that. Look at the colors come together. A like set. I love it. I want more of it. And I am suddenly hungry. I had some homemade. I say homemade. I had some blueberry muffins. Yes, that's right. The Murgle Skiffer. That's right. That would be the name of my ship, the Murgle Skiffer. It comes from The Adventures of Hank the Cow Dog. It's amazing children's books that I used to listen to as an adult, and still would. They're great stories. It was about a cow dog named Hank, and there was another dog named Drover, and Drover would snore and say things in his speech, he would say things, and they were nonsensical when he was snoring and sleeping, and so he would say stuff like Murgle Skiffer, motorcycle, and pork chop, stuff like that. And I thought, the Murgle Skiffer, what a great name for a ship. What a great name. No, a cow dog. A cow dog is an occupation for a dog. They help with like herding sheep. They help with like herding cattle and stuff like that. Cow dogs. They're in Texas. Cow dogs. This would just be known as cat dog or cow. Yeah, just cow dog, not the cow dog. Oh, it was really good. It was about ranch life for the dogs. I feel like there should have been like a stopping thing here. I don't really know. We're just gonna leave it like that. Just kind of rough edges here. Let me go up a little bit. Because I really want to get to the characters. I don't know that I'll get to the characters in this particular session. But, yeah, because this is going to get, well, you can't see me pointing. This is going to get covered up by my character. So that's the other thing that I had to learn too, is focus on what's important. Get the details out of what's important first, and then go in and do all the details. So you notice that we got like the basic shape of the ship out. We color blocked that in. This is the same thing, like for example, with our sky and our ocean. Okay, I've color blocked them in. I've not put any details on there. No shading, no highlighting. They're just bland shapes at the moment. But then we're gonna go in there and finish that up. So I kind of like the way that this looks. Oh, I think I missed a spot. Oops. Right here of the mast or mainsail, whatever it's called. Mast, yeah. Oh, I'm at work sadly, but I'm free Monday. Okay. We'll be in talks. So there's that. And I do know that the way that I've shaded the front of the boat, it does look kind of weird. It kind of looks like it goes in. So I'm going to have to highlight that differently, I do believe. Let's see, where is that at? No, that's not it. I think is it this one? It's this. So we're going to, let's see. Let's see if we can fix this really quickly. It does bother me because it won't I want to say that it is a necessary detail to focus on, because otherwise it'll look like Joe's kind of in this bowl shape, and that's not good. So we're going to go with the highlight color that is not showing up. Hang on a second. Why is it not showing up? Okay, it's underneath something. What is it underneath? Okay, that's what it's underneath. Okay, let's... Does it have like a clear all? No, it doesn't. That would be really, really helpful if it did. Tell you what, we're just gonna get rid of that and then just... Okay. I had to stop using my drawing tablet. I keep accidentally shutting it off when I draw. I went back to drawing with my mouse. You know what? That's a unique talent. I wonder if we did the wood again. Do it, Biggles. Do it. So what if I did this? Oops. I gotta figure out how to make this look. Hang on. Okay, so it's just like a lot of shading, or excuse me, a lot of highlighting right there. So we're gonna get rid of this. It is definitely it's not for the faint of heart. That's for sure. It's not for the faint of heart. I don't know if that worked. I think I need to skew it. Let's rotate like we did with the other one. No, that bubbles it out. That's not what we want. Distort. That looks a little better, doesn't it? I was about to say, don't it? Looks a little bit better, right? Less like a bowl. I mean, all my drawings look like a kid did it. That's okay. There's a niche for that. I don't know if you guys know that, but art is subjective, and some people do really well at creating visual pieces that look childish. Nothing wrong with that. But you're getting better. Of course you are. You're gaining XP points every time you put paper to canvas or paper to pencil or whatever. Of course you are, Biggles. All right, so I need to do another highlight, I think, because this is supposed to be in the sun. Yeah, okay, that's what the ship is missing. It is... I drew with a mouse for a couple of years when I was a tween. I think we all, well, my generation, we got started on Paint on computer. So, okay, let's brighten this up a little bit here. I think I'm gonna have to skew. Wait. What if I duplicate this and then just brighten it? Okay, and then we will just kind of. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Go up, zoom. I have to do this to both. Okay, hang on. Trust me, I think I know what I'm doing. Oops. I do have some paper and pencils, but every time I draw and accidentally erase my drawing while trying to remove my guide mark. Yeah, I don't have an answer for that except figure out a solution to that problem. Sorry, Biggles. I don't think I can help you with that. What is it they say? Sounds like a you problem. But I don't mean that meanly. Like I can't. I honestly can't help you with that because it's more about muscle memory, I guess, at that point where it's like learning how to avoid that scenario. It's the same, dude. It's the same thing like when you're painting and you have to remember don't drink the paint water. Like it's a legit problem. We all got our crosses to bear. Okay, it's not perfect, but I think it looks less bowl-like. Maybe. And then the only, like, it's not perfect. I understand that, but yeah, This is where I don't want to get caught up, but use different colored pencils when drafting. Well, I'm not drafting anymore. I do that though. I use MS Paint every day to edit my YouTube thumbnails. I start with the smelly markers I had in elementary school. Really stressful stacking solo. What does that mean? I don't think I know what that means, but I do know I'm gonna create another layer. I'm going to get my Inca thing here, lower the opacity, and I think that we will add some extra highlights to things so that it's a cohesive piece. Yeah, that looks so much. Oops. Messed up. Yeah. It needed some. Oh, you're stacking. Oh, that's right, you're playing. If you get a couple of lead holder pencils, you can place the lead with different colors. Okay, we'll try that when I draw on paper. It helps because it's difficult to erase the red. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing too. Like you learn like there's different pencils for different things you're trying to accomplish. It's all part of that. That's the thing. It's like we think that as artists that we have to have everything figured out right away. We don't. There is so much you don't know. How can there be so much that you don't know? You don't know. Yeah, I really want strong colors here. So, excuse me, strong highlights here. That looks better. There's not a lot here. Which bothers me. But I'm gonna try. Or maybe I should try it this way. Oh, I accidentally lifted my thing here. I'm gonna try something here. And then we're gonna do this with our Inca. Oops. I want more highlights. Go down a little bit. Yeah. And then I think also what needs to happen. I need some strong contrast over here. Yeah, I think that's better. Oh my. Just kind of place it. I know I'm kind of covering all the artwork that I just did, but that's okay. Again, it's a learning curve. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. I'm okay with that. Because now we're adding the the details. For the boat, the ship, the Murgle skipper, the mighty Murgle skipper. I don't know what this is. We're just going to pretend like it's supposed to be there. With some pencil drawings, I have more or less drafts. It depends on whether or not I draw an actual person or a fictional one, especially OCs. By the way, did you get around to using some of the paper I gave you? I did, Smoo. I did. I forget which art piece I did on it, but yes, I have used it. It's really good paper. Odd name for a ship. I love it. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of sounds. It kind of sounds, you know, not pirate. Well, I mean, kind of piratey, but you know, the Murgle skipper. Did you hear the tale of the Murgle skipper and its crew? Okay, I think we're just gonna have to pretend like that's. Oh, this needs to be significantly darker. Oh, maybe that's what this was needing over here. Yeah, that's what this was needing. Okay. I am very happy with this basic concept of the ship. I have to go into lurk mode. Thank you so much, Biggles, for just hanging out anyway. Oh. I mean, I know we took a lot of time to talk, but 2.5 hours almost to create just this. So, it's not that late in the day that I was thinking it would be. Gosh, Twitter's just like blowing up. What's happening? Have a look. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or I was going to do Cara Doom artwork. Just kind of giving my eyes a break. Sometimes it's a check. Like sometimes it's a good idea to look away from your artwork for a little bit and then come back with it with a fresh as. How's Danny doing? She's doing okay. How am I doing? Am I okay? Do I gotta do a self-check? Is everything good? Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Tabitha, we're just happy to hang out with you. If you get a lot of work done, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. Thank you, Grape. Very sweet. I thought Murgle sounded familiar. They're a fish monster in World War. I had no idea. I just got that from Hank the Cow Dog. Murgle skipper. I'm just doing Transformer head sketches. Dude. I'm gonna have to have you teach me how to do Transformers. I was trying to do. Somebody suggested that in my Inktober challenge. Hang on, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put all this into a group. I'm gonna do, I don't know, top of the ship. We're just gonna do top ship. Okay, I'm gonna put it together and then I'm gonna undo this so that way we can move on. Somebody suggested, like I do. I post in the community the community tab a lot of times, like, hey, give me your ideas, lend me your ideas. And last year when I did Inktober, I was asking for some ideas, and somebody suggested Michael Myers as a Transformer, and I really wanted to try that because even though I don't like horror stuff, that really caught my attention. That was something very different. Can I make that cool? So maybe I should do that. Megatron, I need you to make Michael Myers as a Transformer. Okay. We are going to get... Yeah, I have my Inca. And then our colors, we started with, I think... I want to say with this color. Is that... Hang on, I might need to bring back the ship. Okay, what was our original color? Was this color, I think. Hang on, let's zoom in. Or was our original color? I think it was this color. So let's get rid of our ship. And we're going to make this, let's see how big this is. Not very. A little bit bigger, too big. Just right. Okay. Good idea. Michael Myers' Transformers. Okay. Because I just, with the mask and everything, that would have been really cool. All right. So we're going to do, hang on. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do that. And then we're going to no, it's not it's supposed to, it's just a detail in the background. It's not meant to be fancy. Okay. So then we do another circle on the inseam. Like that. Another circle. Okay. Well, it's not really a circle, but There we go. Oh. Dry lips. We'll see. Right now I'm training myself on drawing the Dinobots lately for a web comic I'm trying to get rolling out. Nice. Do it. Do it. Oops. Is it like your own story? Like, we need more independent creators, Oops, that kind of got away from me. I know this is kind of supposed to be gold. We'll change the color. Okay, up and over. We're just going to get the gist of everything. Okay, so this is... I know some people, it's like, oh, you're tracing. It's not really... You gotta start somewhere. And you learn. You're like, oh, I did this before. Let me give this a try. But I mean, I'm pretty much coloring it. I'm getting ideas for how to color it, but I'm coloring it myself. We all gotta start somewhere. Yeah, your own story? That's awesome. Also using it as a way for me to experiment. Nice. Okay, so I think we've got that. Good for you, sir. Good for you. Good for you. Do that. I want a couple of lines that are straight. Oops. Well, yeah. Actually, let me go ahead and get rid of some of that. Just clean up a little bit along the way. Is that it? This doesn't look quite right. Here we go. Felt like it needed to be bolder. Okay. This will give me, so that's the thing too, this will give me really good practice for whenever I do decide to do my Sea of Thieves fan art for the crew. Just kind of practice on something else before you do something bigger. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Transformer draws. You go for it, man. Like Transformers, people love Transformers. I liked Beast Wars. That was my thing. Rat Trap was my favorite. I liked Rhinox and Cheetor too, but Rat Trap. What was his name? Wasbinator. And then there was, you'll hear me say quite often, for the colony, for the queen. Because of the ant. I don't remember what his name was. There's just some things that just never leave you as a child. I don't know if I want to do the compass. I feel like that will just be a distraction. I don't feel that that's necessary. I don't think that that's necessary information. I do think that I will go for the anchor here, but again, just gonna try to keep it kind of minimal. And there's this thing underneath. Wait, hang on, I think I missed it. Yep. And then there's this thing. Yeah, I just need this as a reference and I can... Beast Wars takes you back. It really does. Beast Wars! That's why when I posted Carl on Instagram yesterday, I decided to use the Beast Wars intro theme song because I'm like, it just works. I like, it just works. Okay, so then there's that. So then after this, we gonna do... We do need a cannon. Do we need a cannon or do I... Yeah, we need a cannon. I think that's going to help cover any mistakes and help with the illusion of the ship being down and not being a bowl. Do you remember shows like Extreme Dinosaurs or Mummies Alive? Mummies Alive. I haven't heard that in a long time and now I'm trying to remember what it was. Mummies Alive. Hang on. Mummies Alive. Okay, I remember being aware of it. It's so cool. I never watched it. I don't know if I was allowed to or not, but that looks so cool. What a great idea. What a great idea. It's fantastic. Yeah, the Dinobots are going to be the main characters of the story, and it's going to sort of like a lost episode of the G1 cartoon taking place between season 2. Nice. Do it. Do it. I had all the toys. Especially since everyone carries a compass in the game. Yeah, well, that's true, but I just think for the overall piece, like, it's not important. It's not necessary information. So, oops. Let's see. Again, it's like focusing on... Because the whole point of this picture is to just talk about or to showcase, the humor of what happened with Joe and everything. So, and Nomi as well. So, hang on. Let's go back to that color. We're just going to use Hasbro and Takara are coming out with a masterpiece rat trap. He was my favorite. I wish my mummy was still alive. I don't know if that's dark humor or... Okay. I should just go ahead and paint these cannons with the bunny rabbits on them, but I won't, because that wouldn't be true to the story. Oh, this cannon's a little wonky. It'll straighten itself out, though. There you go. It's okay. It's alright if it's a little wonky. It's okay. Does that look alright? It kind of adds to the humor, I think, of the... I'll just give it a couple of details here. I don't know what I just did there, but... I need to go eat another muffin. I'm getting hungry. So we have one cannon. I don't think we need to do the harpoon and stuff like that. Street sharks? Yeah. So I don't think I need to do the cannon. Did I even do this? No, I didn't. That's one thing that looks off too, but maybe I won't. I'll leave it off. You'll notice that right here, we've got a banister, and I didn't do that. I don't think it's necessary information again, because, and then if I do put Joe, right here, let's just put her, it's going to take away. So I think we'll just leave that. We're going to omit that. But like, here we go. Here's the rest of our ship with the wheel, the helm. Is that what it's called? The wheel. And, oh, street sharks? Jmoo, you don't know about street sharks? I heart muffins. Blueberry, banana nut chocolate. Blueberry is my favorite. I like chocolate, but I love blueberry muffins over chocolate, surprisingly. Smooth, you'd probably enjoy street sharks. Okay. So what else do we need? I think it would be good to have a lantern. I think that would be a good idea. So we're going to add another. Well, no. I think I'll leave off the lantern too, because again, I want to give it plenty of hastily Googles it. Dude, do it. I want to... There you go. I want to make sure there's plenty of room so that we can see Narmi. Yeah. So again, I'm going to put the water in the sky, and I'm going to fix the water because I don't know why it looks like that. Okay. There we go. And look at that. Look how beautiful it is. I'm so happy. I can't wait to put our characters in, or my characters in there. That's the other thing too. So I got to make sure I get the right positions and everything like that for the chibis to go in. And so I need to study that a little bit. Good gosh. But you know, this is information that, you know, is good, gets the point across. I don't have to think about it. The other stuff I really have to think about to make it fit, to make it work. So, I'm so excited for the rest of this project. I kind of want to sit here and just keep drawing. I might have to come back tonight. I got stuff I gotta do. I've got work to do, which this is technically work, but there's other work that I have to do. And so, let me try something. Let's just look at some real quick. How would I... Oh, this is cool. What in the freak is all this stuff? How do you do all this stuff? Viewer stream health. What is that? Thank you guys. You have allowed my stream to have excellent health. I appreciate that. You guys are the real MVPs. I'm trying to... I don't know how to do this. Like... I was trying to figure out how to maybe, like... send you somewhere, but I don't know how to do that. How do I do that? How do you, like, send people places? I'm gonna have to Google it. But now that I know this is here, and you guys have already helped me... Oh my goodness! Ira... Let me pronounce this right. Ira Brownridge Jr. A $4.99. Good Thursday afternoon. Hope all is having a good day. We are. Thank you so much. Yes, Hayden Hauser. The depth is a little weird. I'm okay with that because it is supposed to be a cartoony style. So I'm okay with that. You are not wrong. We are basing this, so the lighting is, but we are basing this off of a actual image. So you'll see, let me, I took this picture this morning. So you'll see it's not that far off. It does have to do with the lighting and the details. But by the way, I don't want to dismiss this. Thank you so much for your generosity, Ira Brownridge Jr. I hope you're having an amazing Thursday afternoon as well. But I'm pretty happy. Hey, Wiley Dave! You tell them to? What? Well, I know, I understand that. And that's the thing, that's the thing, like I was saying earlier about artistry and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of observation that goes into it. And when you start trying to recreate things either the virtual world or even in the real world. Like I was talking with Sevi about that, where you try to draw hands and this looks normal. Like you understand the information that you're seeing, right? You're like, you understand these are my hands up raised with the palms out. These are my hands curled into like a weird fist. This is an actual fist. When you try to start drawing it, the real world goes out the window. You're like, this is stupid. This doesn't make any sense. This looks weird. But the information translates. So at the moment, that's what we're just trying to do. We're just trying to get the information to translate into this idea, because the main point of this picture is to eventually get Nomi and Joe and I in here. So Joe's going to be at the front dancing, and I'm over here about ready to set this place on fire because nobody steals my ship and gets away with it. That's right. I like the angle of which you thought of the wheel placement. I just copied it. I'm not fancy. I agreed. I can't look at an object and make it drawn out. It's hard. That's why we spend time and we study and everything like that. It's a learned process, TBH. But I know what I can do over there on Kick. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you guys have no idea what it is that I'm trying to create, let me bless you with a little information.
I will lead us in prayer, guys. Feel free to join us as we bow our heads and lead us into this.
Do you pray with your hands up? Do you put them out? Do you put them together? Is there a particular method?
I usually put my hands out, like as a give. We'll go ahead and pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have given us, that we are able to wake up and rejoice that we are alive and well, and be able to enjoy the little things, which is playing video games with your friends from afar. I don't know why I'm thanking you, Lord, that we're about to play this game. Let this game be a metaphor of how we can get closer to you and be better of who you are. Be better versions of us with your light. Yes, your word is a light unto our feet and a light into my path. And Lord, that I am now still feeling the effects of what hell may be like, because my sauna of a bedroom is a good example, because my AC is still broken, and I pray that you come through and you redeem me and deliver me from the hell of my bedroom.
Oh, that's gonna be us, little barbecue Nomis and Tabithas.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm at the pool!
Okay, this is not gonna be good. You have somebody who's afraid of heights, even in the first We've only jumped on the first one. Oh my god! I'm scared.
How are you feeling? Are you okay? Trust the process. That's us screaming.
Yelling at me.
Thanks for, making our friendship